Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, July 10th, 2019. This meditation is about connecting. And we're talking about space, okay? And I want everyone to visualize, and let's just picture ourselves in space, off the planet in space, floating in space. You don't need to breathe, you don't need oxygen or anything. And you don't need your body. And in space, sacredness of space, there is everything. And you realize that the space is part of you. And all the connections with everything is you. And you can connect, once you understand that you are the actual essence of space, that your energy, your God, can go anywhere. Go anywhere. You can go 100 universes forward, sideways, up, down. But you're the very essence of everything. So you're a part of it. To understand that, in the past I've talked about the golden ocean, and it's like everybody, we're all in it. We're all part of this fluid. Okay? Or the grains of sand on a beach. No matter how small, they can house universes. We're talking quantum, hyperquantum, and super hyperquantum existences. And this is, we are literally part of this flow of all things, of all life, of all existence. And when you eliminate your thinking or believing that you're just in this human body on this planet, and that you have this life, and that is all. You are in that body, but yet you are part of everything. You're the molecules, the atoms, the quantum particles. You are part of all of that. So doesn't it? It makes sense that you can travel that. You will get to a point, not now, maybe a little bit, some of you, but you'll get to a point where you'll start to understand that wherever you desire to go, to be, you will be. Once you connect with this vastness of everything, it gives you a much different comprehension and consciousness of where you are and what you're a part of. You're not separate. We are not separate. We've never been separate. This is the grand scale. This is the grand horizon. This is the omnipresence of all energy, all things. It moves in motion. When we have infiltrations into our bodies, and I'm not talking about the physical body, I'm talking about our vastness of embodiment, what we are. It's like the universe. When we have AI invasion, it is like a cancer. We heal the cancer. We cure it. We get rid of it. Period. It's like anything else. Your body is a form of a universe. And in it, you have different cells that cause damage to the body. It is no different than the infestations in our vastness of all that there is. So, if you realize this, you start to make this connection. It will be brighter and brighter. You will be in joy as you discover that you are all that there is and ever has been and ever will be. The God inside of you is all that there is, ever has been, and ever will be. So if you understand this completely, and that you understand that you can travel in a blink of the eye, it is connecting your essence and energy to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It is the connection that much of this civilization is totally asleep about, has no understanding, and yet their imaginations are buried, literally buried in massive amounts of goop. They struggle living in the past, creating the future. They struggle with carrying things through their lives, dragging them along. It's a constant battle for the majority of the civilization. You see, what happens is that the quagmire that we allow ourselves to become entrenched in controls us, dictates to us, convinces us of untruths, makes us believe that what is not is. It literally confines us to a small thinking, a small understanding. It compresses and condenses us into a prison form of existence, where we just believe, and we've been taught, that this earth is all we will ever be on. We will not be anywhere else. We will only be here on this earth. This is my life. This is how I will live. That is all there is to it. You see what happens when they're able to sidetrack your imaginations and they cause you to bury them? You lose your connection. And it's easy to lose your connection. And it's really, really difficult to know you've lost your connection because you don't even know you have a connection. That's how much you've been pushed into the lower depths of frequency. You ever felt, people have told me where they pop their head up and they just are starting to see daylight, and it's like someone comes down and pushes their head back down in the gut, in the goop. And what's pushing them down is themselves. It's a massive, major connection that everyone will come to the realization that it is true, that it is real. It's like, where have I been all this time? Why didn't I understand this? Why didn't I see it? Because you were distracted. And when you're distracted, you leave your attention, you take your attention away from you. And the mind and the ego become mastering you, controlling you, and guiding you. That's what happens to most of humanity. This is why we go on this circle jerk. Thousands of years, we go full circle, we come to this, what we're at now, and then everything is redone and reconfigured in hopes that the civilization will grasp its own understanding of its own existence. Connection with you, yourself, knowing that you are part of the space. You know, and it takes a loving understanding of who and what you are to start to realize, and it takes expansion of your imagination to embrace the understanding. What do you think your imagination is for? It's to open you up and to expand your awareness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It accelerates you. It motivates you. It pushes you in a loving way in an upward, mobile direction of peace, joy, prosperity, contentment, benevolence, and love. But unfortunately, when we get trapped in these bodies, when we come into them, we lose ourselves. We lose our gods. They take a back seat. We begin to embrace the understanding and the amazement of being in a physical body. Now, why do you think babies stare at their hands? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they're just absolutely blown away by everything? Because they were a god outside of the body. They didn't have those feelings. They didn't have that ability to feel and see and experience. They didn't have it. So when they get into a body, they're like blown away. Look at these. What are these things? I didn't have those in my God form, my God self. Look at my fingers. How is that possible? And that's why when they stare at other humans, they're blown away. Look at the size of that one. Am I going to get that? Is my body going to get that big? Wow, this is going to be fun, exciting. And others say that they remember and they say to themselves, I don't really want to be in this body. I don't want to be in another one. I don't care to be in another one. Connection. Connection. You're connected. And the more you understand that and the more you embrace it, the more you will advance, the more you will grow. And the comprehension and consciousness is that you are everything. A bug crawling, a bee flying, a leaf falling to the ground, a snowflake falling from the sky. You are everything. And that's a huge understanding. And when you really connect with that and you really know that to be absolutely fact, magic happens. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure most of you are. While I'm talking, you're going to want to relax. And you want to move into the now to begin your relaxation. Move into the now. Not the past, not the future, the now. And when you move into the now, you drop all of the chattel, all of the noise, all of the busyness, all of the stress, anxiety, and fear. It's literally should be completely reduced or eliminated. And as you're in the now, the body begins to relax. Shoulders drop, stress and tension pours off. It's like you're just laying in a hammock with a summer breeze, not caring the world, not thinking about anything but the now. You're only in the now, laying in that hammock every second of every minute of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year. In the now. And as you're doing this, you're going to want to breathe. You want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And breathing is so important because we shallow breathe, the majority of humanity. And we only take in roughly 18% oxygen. This is why our bodies have so many problems and anomalies as we live, as we exist in them through the time that we're in them. And as we breathe, you breathe in through the nose, you hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and you exhale through the mouth. The reason that you're holding it is so that you turn your attention and focus on your breathing only. You're in the now. You're breathing. You focus on the breathing. It's in the now. And you want to do this about 6 times while I'm talking. As you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. The divine positive energy is always coming to you. Unfortunately, the majority of humanity does not identify it. It just comes and goes as a passing thought or feeling. It's in and out. It's never embraced. So it goes unheard, unacknowledged. And the divine positive energy conveys to us, communicates to us through source, that we are everything. You see, even everything is life. And if you destroy things, right, and you take life, a bit of you is taken. People say, what about aggressive life, animals and stuff that, come after you and try and kill you? Understand something. If you place yourself as an animal, which we all are, if you place yourself as an animal in a situation knowing that you are in harm's way amongst other animals, what do you expect? It is our responsibility to respect all life, understand life, not crouch on life, not violate the territory of other life. It's all hand in hand, guys. Okay? We must move humanity out of the aggressive factor of annihilation, of self-destruction, of disrespect for life. We must move it out of that into higher frequency. This is one of the main applications of these meditations. It cannot continually destroy life, which takes part of it with it. So this divine positive energy comes in and it says, you're connected to everything. As strange as it may seem at first to some humans, the metal fork in your jaw you're connected to. All things you're connected to. Okay? And when you begin to understand that, you then begin to open up a new existence, a new consciousness, a new understanding. Then you begin, step by step, to understand your harmony, your frequency. Where is it best at? Where do you desire to be? This is in harmony with all things, in balance. When you breathe out, you're breathing out questioning from the perspective of, this is strange, this is weird, this is just, science fiction. which is the truth. And when you're uncomfortable at first, it means that your habit of being in discomfort gives you an uneasiness to be in comfort. I kid you not. Your habit of being in discomfort causes you to be reluctant about moving into comfort. So you have this uneasy feeling that you're not sure, it doesn't feel right type thing. So you withdraw and you go back in to the habit of discomfort. But to you, it's become comfort. Do you believe that? It's the discomfort that we exist in that makes us believe that we're in comfort, because we've done it so long. And that's why we don't believe or feel or connect with how much more we are, how much more we have, how much more we've ignored. So let it go. Let that little annoying, that little burr under the saddle or that little poking saying, oh, this doesn't feel comfortable. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to stay here in this place where I've been in habit of being my whole life. Discomfort. You start to deny the connection. You stay in the discomfort, the habit of discomfort, which to you is comfort. Now, we find ourselves, once we make the connection, once we connect, we find ourselves with the understanding that we are always protected. We are always encased. This protection is real. It is always. It is forever. And it involves many different spectrums of light frequency energies. And they mingle. Rainbow prism-like colors, the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, the purple, blue, violet flaming light of Archangel Michael, the white fire, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, the golden white pink light of Prime Source, Spirit God, Mother, Father, God, Source, deep eternal love, our family. It is all of us. It's us. It's us. We see and view ourselves from the perspective of other parts, and we're all connected. So you could literally view yourself from another part of you and the vastness of creation. You can literally view other universes. You will get to the point where you can see beyond the beyond, meta. You can feel and experience. You are deep eternal love and deep gratitude. It is a combination. It is your recipe of you. It is what Source is. And you are part of Source. Does it make sense that we have all been so disconnected from Source for so very long that we don't know how to get back into connection with Source because we are still in the habit of being in discomfort and view it as comfort? We move into our heart-mind. We float above the heart up into the neck. It's just blissful. It's absolutely spectacular. It's joyous. It's magna-glorious. And as we do this, we're immediately met with our God selves, the essence of all essence, the creation of all creation, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. We're in perfect harmony, perfect vibrational frequency. We can literally swim in theta waves forever if we choose. We can be connected to Source always if we choose, if we understand, if we believe, comprehend in full consciousness. Our desire is to bring heaven to this planet Earth. We've already done that. We merge with our gods every single day. And in continuing to do that, we will begin to elevate to the point of understanding and comprehending that you will connect with Source. You will no longer be disconnected from Source. When I talk about disconnected, the connection's always there, but you aren't consciously aware of it because you are in lower frequency. You cannot communicate with Source in the lower frequencies. You cannot. We create a paradise. It is being done. It's our intent. You honestly believe that that intent goes nowhere? It is forming. It is changing the fabric of space and time continuum. It is shifting everything continuously. There are millions of us now, and many more beyond that. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. It embraces the planet, the equator. It's a vibrant light. It's multifaceted and colored. Massive glittering, sprinkling of many different colors, billions of light spectrums, flashing, washing, penetrating and saturating the very fabric of this planet. And this planet is a frequency. It houses material that appears to be solid, yet is not. As we begin to float up above the planet, we have enrobed the planet inside and out, its atmosphere and surrounding areas throughout the solar system, galaxy, and into the universes of a high capacity, deep, deep, deep eternal love and deep, deep, deep gratitude. Nothing can escape this. We call upon many of our brothers and sisters and other parts of us as we are parts of them. All the light energy beings. In all dimensions, all densities, all universes, all existences of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, deepest gratitude from the highest, deepest eternal love. Benevolent, generous, kind, tranquil, peaceful, respectful, honoring all life. And they massively come in the gogaplexes. That means they fill this entire universe and beyond. This is the space, the sacredness of space. And they come in arm, hand in hand, they join with us, and they are in bliss as we are. They are in exhilaration, jubilance. They are humbled by our presence as we are them. This is a reunion of our parts, of the cosmos, of Source. We're in deep gratitude for them and humbled as they are in deep gratitude for us and humbled. Our light expands exponentially. We call upon all the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. All of the angels, all of the civilization. All of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. In peace, benevolence, kindness, generosity. And they flock in the trillions. And they move effortlessly, arm in arm, hand in hand. We are absolutely sparkling with the light of creation. We are humbled by them. They are humbled by us. We love them. We love them all. And they love us all. We call upon the Ascended Masters who have ascended out of body, who have been assisting us, have chosen to do so for eons. Just to name a few: Maitreya, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Buddha, Sananda Jesus, Saint Germain. El Moria, Abundancia, and many, many, many more. And they come in massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us. All in higher and higher exuberation, in bliss and samadhi and nirvana. Filled, all of us filled and moving in deep eternal love, joy, and happiness and peace. And deep humbleness with each other, and embracing and love each other. We call upon the inhabitants of Earth, inside and out. We call upon Agartha, all the inhabitants, hollow Earth. We call upon inner Earth, beneath Earth. All of the civilizations who are the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are benevolent, kind, in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude, caring, generous, tranquil. And they come. Massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us. Our light expands. Our jubilation intensifies. Our gods are the firelight of all existence. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, in deep eternal love. We call upon the off-worlders, the galactics, those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are in bliss, peace, benevolence, generosity, kindness. They have been assisting us in our evolution. They have been assisting us in our enlightenment. They have been assisting us in our ascension and assisting us to become fully clear, awake, and conscious, so that we may relieve ourselves of our self-imposed bondage. And they come and they join us arm in arm, hand in hand. You're honored, and we are humbled by their presence as they are ours. And we are all in love. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed out of body in this life and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. They are all of the deepest, highest eternal love, from the deepest, highest eternal love, and the deep, 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 deepest gratitude. They are caring, sharing, generous, loving, peaceful, tranquil, blissful. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they are with us immediately. We embrace them. We are them. They are us. We are all together. We are merged in the spectacular light of magnificence of all creation. The highest power of all powers. The creation of universes. Everything. The creation of the beds you sleep on, the creation of the homes you live in, the creation of the vehicles you drive. We are the creation of all creation. We call upon the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet at this very moment. The fairies, sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphins, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, and many, many, many more, all of the deepest eternal love from the deepest, highest eternal love, all in deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and benevolence, kindness. They are our family. It is time we understand it. And they come in the trillions. They flock in. They join us. We are one. We love them. We are humbled by their presence as they love us and are humbled by our presence. And our light is magnificently, spectacularly, magna-gloriously expanding. We look up and we see our meditative sphere setting center circle. It is housing all of our meditations. In perpetual motion. This sphere of our creation, of source creation, can be seen, heard, and felt throughout all existence, all universes, all dimensions, all densities, everything. And when it is seen, heard, and felt, it literally transforms any low frequencies and disharmony into peace, joy, love, deep eternal love, deep gratitude. We feel it as it floods and saturates our bodies. It starts from our heads and our physical bodies all the way through, inside and out, to the bottoms of our feet. Our God is immersed, flooded, saturated with this, pouring forth our connection. We are part of Source. Therefore, we create anything and everything just from a thought. It is created. This is why we must be mindful of our power. We must be mindful of our understandings. We must not be tricked by the mind and the physical body or the ego. We must understand that the heart mind is in command, that it communicates with our minds, that it directs the mind, not the other way around. We are all that there is, ever has been, and ever will be. We are infinitesimal. We literally flood this planet as we look down upon all life, all of the sparks of light, all of the gods, all of the pieces, all of our brothers and sisters, and we flood them, saturate them. And each time we do this, they awaken a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Baby steps become leaps. Leaps become vaults. Vaults become constant flight. When that happens, if you've ever had a dream where you're flying and you try to jump up and you fly for a while and you come back down, imagine in that dream that you're constantly flying at will, that you are totally free. You always have been. It is the mind that imprisons you in your freedom and connection to Source. Watch the transformation, because you're part of it. You will feel it. You're feeling it now in different ways. It will only increase as you become more awake, more conscious, more connected with all that there is, Source. All that flows, everywhere, everything. And you are part of it, so you can wield it. Join in the meditation and return to close us out. you feel yourself accelerating up. Up your total vibrational frequency field is continually being harmonized because of your attention on yourself. As you literally let go of debris that you have gathered during this life, things that have been collected in you, whether you are aware or not, you begin to house clean. You realize that these things, your past is over. It is not necessary to carry anything from the past. And I know that a lot of people are deep-seated in some of these things and experiences that they've had. The experiences are with you always. But it is not, the past is over. The future cannot be created newly if you are incessantly connected to the past. You will continually stay in the low frequencies the majority of your stay in that body. For some, it may take longer. Others may understand it much more fully. It doesn't mean that anybody is better than anybody, higher than anybody, or anything else. It just means that some of us will take longer. Others will be very rapid because they've embraced it. They're open to it. Remember, when you do this, you literally cross the river of void and enter the unknown. This is where you create everything. You're not influenced, see? You only are in the love, the joy, the peace, the prosperity, the benevolence, and happiness. You're constantly working to increase that. That is the trueness of you. You increase it. Why would we ever stay in conflicting energies, destructive, pressuring, anger, deception, manipulation, greed, power? This is all in the fluid of the goop, the lower ends of existence. The lowest low frequencies. And guess what? We have them on this planet. And in some areas underneath it. Take that with you. It is you are, remember, you're part of the source. It flows with you, in you, of you. And it's time that we maintain that and forevermore continue to increase it. This means to let go and to absolve all of these attachments that we have incessantly dragged with us through this life. Because the old world, guys, is going to be no more. And it is quickly disintegrating. Take it with you the rest of the day into the evening and night into the following morning. We will have a time for change call at 9 p.m. tonight on this line. We're going to be covering some very, as always, interesting things. We're going to try to, we got a lot of people that come on the Q&A and they want to get their questions answered. And so we want to make sure that everybody respects everybody's time and that we come in, we ask our questions, and then we don't ask 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions. So I just wanted to drop that in there. We'll be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, July 11th, 2019.